This time I had to make a list of bulletin points because I tried to make a video and I knew it was not a good idea to publish it, so I'm not going to. I deleted it. Here's my second try. Get out and vote. Very important. A lot of Christians will not be voting in this election, and I'm really heartbroken about it because I was listening to Rasmussen reports, and he did a recent poll on Christians and whether or not they were going to vote, and some other things. It was very eye-opening. One of the things that really shocked me was that only 16% of Protestants consider the Bible when picking out policy and their politics. Wow, okay. In the video that I just deleted, I highly recommend you to read the letters of Peter to the church, and I think they're very eye-opening as to where America has gone, and that, person in history that once said America is good because America has God. When America fails to have God, America will no longer be good. And I'd say that sums it up pretty nicely. So, get out and vote, guys. If you're registered, if you're a Christian in particular, if you have any Christian ethic whatsoever, if you believe that the Bible is the inspired word of God, then remember what Christ, well, first the Father said, through the Word, who is Christ, in the Old Testament, occupy till I come. That is a command. When we occupy, it envelopes so much. Look up the word occupy. What does it mean? It does not just take up this space and don't be like the world. If you think you're not supposed to vote because that's worldly, you're not looking out for your children's best interests, guys, or your grandchildren's. Please consider this. Some of you have great-grandchildren. Vote like their freedom, their rights, and their prosperity depended on it. That's all I'll say about that. Big election party at my son's house tonight. I'm hopeful that I'll actually get to talk to them. I don't know, because one of the employees is coming and she's like, I don't know, you can't get a word in edgewise. But, say la vie. I was going to sleep over there, but I'm not so sure I'm gonna. It's going to get noisy. And I need to sleep. So, election party tonight. Rachel's car was found. Geico located it, and I don't know how, but it's not drivable. It would have been better, I think, had it disappeared, but I don't know. She doesn't know. Nobody knows what's going to come of it. They stole everything out of the car that was anything. Stole her stands for her shows. And stole all of her inventory that was in the vehicle. And trashed the inside. And left a gun. They left a gun in the console thing in the middle of her vehicle. They left it at a high school about an hour away from her town. I don't know how she's going to get the car back. She doesn't know either, because her roommate has a really unreliable car and they don't dare take it an hour there and an hour back. And the last thing I want to talk about, so continue to pray for Rachel, please. The last thing I want to talk about is my van plans. Oh gosh, I'm trying to work a corner at a time, because whenever my kids have said, oh, my place is a mess, where do I start? I say, pick a corner. And because I got so much stuff now, I'm picking a corner and I'm pulling the stuff that I want to sell, putting it in a big box that's like teetering on top of my wagon. And as soon as I get my van back today, it had repairs done again. I'm going to push my wagon out to the van and slide that box in the back of the van, then start filling it, and then try to get some help to get that box into the little house living room, because that's empty at least. Though the kids have not been searching for a new rental, and they're supposed to be out December 1st, and they haven't found anything appropriate. They've waited too long. I try to talk to them and tell them, but I think Maggie really is trying hard, but Michael just, all he thinks about is his business. So what was I talking about? Oh, trying to get everything out of here and sold. If it keeps up like this, I might have to just start dragging it to Goodwill or something. I'm just not having grand success with my back and the pain I'm in, trying to get this stuff out of this apartment. It took me a year and a half to get it this way, and now I've got to do it in a matter of a month or so, because I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks to see my daughter in Texas. I wonder if I should cancel the whole thing, but I thought that, she could use a little, and that's going to cost me more money, because I got to rent a vehicle so that we can go, because her vehicle's shot to hell. And I just want to lift her spirits a little and see her. I haven't seen her since last year. Was it last June? So it's been a year and a half, and I promised myself I wouldn't do that anymore. I wouldn't wait more than a year to see, my kids, all of them. I want to see all my kids, not just a couple of them. I just saw Bonnie in June. So now I want to go to Texas and spend some time with Rachel. I don't have forever, and I want to make memories with my children, So there's that, and things I want to do to my van. Okay, so now that the mechanics are done, we've got almost a brand new vehicle under that hood. They can't get the back floor plates out without pulling like all this stuff out first, and it would cost $300 to do that. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about them. Like, I think that whole muffler has to come down, and then the heat shield, and then they could get just to take a few screws out. Who thought of this? No wonder that little ass that was working on the car, I decided to just leave those. He didn't tell me. You can't get those out without dropping everything. And then you can get to it. And I'm glad he didn't. Lordy. But I am going to ask someone if the screws could be cut off. And then we could lift the plates out. I'll ask that today. So I have to start working on the interior, because I want to be able to leave here before January comes. The main reason is Screaming Mimi more than likely will return. And, it's very hard to get a subsidized place, and they're trying to get her one. It's somewhere in North Carolina, I guess, is individual cottages under HUD, and that's where she'd be going. So I don't know. I would imagine there's quite a waiting list for something like that. We'll see. Meanwhile, I want to be ready to get out of here, because I still have Elephant Woman above me. 5 o'clock this morning, 5 a.m. I can hear the drawers opening and closing. I can hear her fiddling around in her closet. Really and truly, this is how thin the walls, this is ridiculous. And, oh my God, her footsteps are so heavy. Boom, 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 across the floor. So I'm up at 5 in the morning. If I had Screaming Mimi at 1:30 a.m., how many hours does that leave me? Okay, so let's say I could get to sleep by 2, because it takes me a little time to calm down after listening to Screaming Mimi's horrendous ridiculousness. So 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, I would be living off of 3 hours of sleep. I will kill someone, okay? It's not a joke, it's not funny, and it's not an exaggeration. Something horrible will happen when she moves back in there if I don't get my sleep. I gotta have sleep. I don't operate well on anything less than 6 hours. I've gotta have 6 hours, guys. Thank God I've been going to bed really early. I get in my bed at 8. I watch some videos until I fall asleep. And usually that's somewhere between 9 and 9:30. And when Elephant Woman starts in, I've got at least, 6, 7 hours in. Thank God. I felt really tired this morning, though. I really wanted to sleep a little longer. Yesterday, I was so tired, I fell asleep while watching Finn. I was in my chair, and I was listening, and I was watching, and the phone literally slipped out of my hand, and I had fallen asleep. That isn't good for me to be so tired. And that's just from Elephant Woman. If I had the two of them, I'd really be in trouble. So, yeah, I'm getting some sleep, not as much as I want, and I start feeling it in the afternoon around 3. The Greeks had a song, aponizoi, which means a hard life. And sometimes I feel that's my life, is awfully hard. And I know. I didn't get my apartment washed away. HUD is coming through our apartments for those that flooded and had issues during the hurricane. I'm sure they'll be coming here. I'm so glad I'm leaving, guys. I can't even begin to tell you how glad I am that I'm leaving. I know it's going to be terribly hard on me. I know there's going to be times that I'll be sorry. Not really, no. I was talking with one of the residents in the foyer the other day, and she said, "Are you coming back?" When she saw me moving, I said, "I don't want to. I really do not want to return here." I said, "There's plenty of places out there. I'm going to go find one in a small town where I'd be happy, and maybe they're built better, like they actually have insulation in the walls and ceilings. Be really good to find something like that. Or if I could be on the 3rd floor. But, if you got people all around you, what are the chances you're going to find any peace and quiet? Probably rare. So what I'm thinking is I'm looking for a piece of land with Rachel, my oldest daughter. And, hopefully prices are going to start to come down. I don't know. It really depends today who gets into office. When they say we won't even know today, I don't know. I never heard of that before. But, well, yeah, this has been going on a couple years now, right? Supposedly they can't count the votes. But, it's really going to depend who gets in and what happens next. So, I'm hoping that in an obscure place, maybe somewhere nobody really wants to live, but the crime is low. Hello. And I'm going to have a boot on my wheel and a boot on my tire. I'm going to start doing that because I've got so many new parts in that van. I can't afford to lose any of it. And, I don't know. Rachel said to me, "Mom, they're even stealing old stuff like yours. They want parts. A lot of them want parts. Parts are very expensive now." Since COVID, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to do everything I can. And I wonder if there's any way to put a lock on your ignition. Is there any way to stop them? I guess they can pull the ignition out and start it that way. I remember my cousin had hers stolen in West Palm Beach, and they used a toothbrush. They took the thing off, the ignition, the key thing off, and somehow they were able to turn it over with a toothbrush handle. Criminals, aren't they lovely? Yes. Let's have more of them, right? So, yeah. That's my plans. I'm going to go see this RV guy. He's about 2 towns up the road. And I'm going to talk to him about trying to have like an auxiliary battery and a second alternator and see if perhaps I can have a setup to keep a 12-volt fridge running. I don't know if that's possible, but I saw some stuff on YouTube and wondered about it. Thought I'd ask, I'd like to steer clear from solar. I really don't want solar. I feel like you no longer stealth when you have a panel on your roof of your vehicle. You know? So, yeah, and I don't want to sit in my vehicle in the sun. That van is hot enough, okay? I need to keep it in the shade. Not, you know, I don't know, let's just sit for 10 hours in the sun and let this thing cook. No. It's kind of going to be my living quarters, and I don't need someone, you know, climbing up the roof of my vehicle and trying to take that, too. Mercy. So, yeah, these are my plans and what I'm doing. I guess I'll whittle away a little more here. Oh no, oh right, my clock and my phone are 2 different times, and I'm not going to climb up there to change the time now. I think we went back, so it's about not even quite 8 yet. And then I'm going to head over about 10 o'clock to go pick up my van, and I guess I'll keep working at this mess. I just bought new things, the little globe and that cute little box. I'm taking the little box with me. I don't know what, I guess I'll wrap up the mermaid and put her in storage. Makes me sad, but it's okay. I'm gonna try to go find a new life. And so what I was thinking was, if we could find a little piece of land somewhere in a cute little town that we like, that doesn't have a lot of crime. I don't know where in the USA. I don't know yet. I'd like to go look around a little bit, get a piece of land, and eventually put a couple of RV pads up so Rachel and I would have a place to park and stay, or keep campers, you know, year round on it. So those will probably get broken into. We're probably going to have to fence it all the way around and keep it under lock and key, because people are so freaking nuts. What is wrong with people? I wish I knew. I don't even know if I'd be able to leave a camper out there. Wow. It's really sad. They'd probably strip it clean of everything. What do you do? I don't know. We're living in such screwed up times. Pray, guys. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Please go out and vote. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.